Okay, guys, let's talk about this problem here. This is our introduction problem for the lesson today, which is over simplifying expressions. The problem reads, Amelia saved nickels, dimes, and quarters in a jar. She had as many quarters as dimes, but twice as many nickels as dimes. If the jar had 844 coins, how much money had she saved? Okay, so let's go ahead and write this out. We're going to write out nickels in red. So we have our nickels plus we have our dimes in green plus we'll do our quarters in purple. So if we add up all the coins, the nickels plus the dimes plus the quarters, we get 844 coins. Okay, so now let's talk about what they tell us next. She had as many quarters as dimes. So what that tells us is the number of quarters is equal to the number of dimes, right, because they're the same number. So what that means is in our expression here, or in our math problem, we can replace the Q with D or the D with Q. Well, everything that they talk about is in reference to dimes. So we're going to replace the Q with the D. So now our new problem. We'll leave this purple. Okay, now the next thing they tell us is twice as many nickels as dimes. So what that tells us is the number of nickels is equal to 2D. 2D. All right, the number of nickels is twice the number of dimes. All right, so what that means is now we can replace N with 2D. So once again, all I've done is I've replaced some variables here. I replaced the Q with D, or quarters with dimes, because they're the same number. And I replaced 2D, or N, with 2D because the number of nickels is twice the number of dimes. All right, so now we're just going to combine like terms. So I have 2D plus another D plus another D. We'll have 2Ds plus 2 more Ds. That gives me 4D. We'll divide by 4. D is equal to 211. So that tells me there are 211 dimes. Well, if we know the number of dimes, we know the number of quarters, because they're the same amount, same number. And then the nickels are twice the number of dimes. So we'll just double this and we get 422. All right, so now we know how many we have of each coin. All right, now we need to figure out how much money she saved. Well, we're going to do, let me write this down here at the bottom. I will do this in orange. If we have 211 dimes, and dimes are 10 cents a piece, plus 211 quarters, and quarters are 25 cents a piece, plus 422 nickels, and they're 5 cents a piece. Okay, if we multiply this out, we get $21.10 plus $52.75 plus $21.10 again. When we add all that up, we get $94.95. And there is how much money she saved. Okay, we talked about a lot of different things here. We talked about terms, combining like terms, things like that. Those are the things that we're going to be looking at in this lesson today. So when you're ready, go ahead and move on to the next part of the lesson.